Hello, I am live. Whew. Sounding awful today. See, is that all in? I think so. I'm still recovering from being sick earlier this week. I sound worse than I feel, that's for sure. Hi, Mom. Good morning. So yes, last week my son was sick. I can't believe that was already a week ago. He had a pretty bad fever and he was up all night long, and so yeah, I was like, I cannot teach a yoga class in the morning, so thank you all for being patient and understanding. My bump is starting to really show now. About 18 weeks and loving it. Give it a few more minutes. I'm going to start some music. I don't have a playlist specifically picked out for this class, so I'm just going to be playing some other playlists that I have pre-made. Alright, let's see. It is 6:30, so I guess we will go ahead and get started. I see I got my mom on here. If anyone else hops on, please say hello. I hope I am able to speak loud enough so you guys can hear me. I'm a little, I just sound bad. I don't feel as bad anymore. I just sound bad. Might be sniffly today's class. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go and meet me in child's pose. Separating your knees as wide as the mat. However, if you're feeling like instead of a deep hip stretch today, you want more of a quad stretch, then go ahead and keep your knees together. Separating your knees gets into the hips, and keeping your knees together gets it more into the quads. So if you're feeling that maybe your quads just need a little bit more stretching before we get started, go ahead and do that. Extending your arms out in front of you, gently resting your forehead on the mat. Taking a few deep breaths. If you're watching in the morning, if you're doing this live with me, sometimes it just takes a minute to wake up our body, getting our body ready for movement. So we need this quietness before we start moving. Sometimes it is important to get your mind ready before you get your body ready, because If your mind's not ready, then the whole time your mind is telling your body, nope, we're not doing this. So then it makes it harder for your body. And your body is much more capable of more than you realize. Your mind is constantly telling your body, no, we can't do that. We can't do this. On your next inhale, walk your fingers over to the right. Keeping 2 shoulders in one line, 2 hips in one line. Making sure your left shoulder doesn't pop up. Making sure your left hip doesn't pop up. Then inhale, walk your fingertips back to center. Exhale over to the left. Again, keeping 2 shoulders in one line, 2 hips in one line. Inhale back to center. Good, and then gently rise up to a tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Very good. Moving slowly here, we're going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow. On your next inhale, drop your belly gaze, goes up. And then exhale, arch the back, stomach is in. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, arch the spine. Doing a couple rounds on your own breath. Slowly and gently warming up the spine, warming up the body. You might start to feel a little heat building in your body, which is good. That's what it's for. It is very, very important to warm up your spine before we get moving. Your spine is very delicate and very amazing. We have to make sure we take care of our spine. Very good. Meeting me back in neutral spine. Again, stomach is in, stacking shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Go ahead and take some organic body movements, whether that's wagging your tail, maybe you do some hip circles. Maybe you roll out your wrists, or maybe you continue doing cat-cow, whatever feels good in your body today. Very good, meeting me back in neutral spine. Step your feet back a few inches, flip your toes, come into a high plank position. Pushing the ground away from you so you're not sinking into your shoulders, making sure your stomach is in, your back is flat. Sometimes we like to stick our butt out when we're in this high plank, so make sure your pelvis is tucked a little bit. And then exhale, push back to a downward facing dog. Very good. If you're like me, you might be feeling pretty tight in your hamstrings. Go ahead and pedal out your feet, straightening one leg, bending the other, and vice versa. Again, it's okay if you don't get your heels down to the mat, and it's okay if your knees are bent like mine. What is most important right now in your alignment is that your back is flat, and then we can slowly work towards getting our legs straight and our heels down closer to the mat. Very good. And when you're ready, look forward. We're just going to tiptoe our feet to the top of the mat. top of the mat, separate your feet, hips distance apart. And then grab opposite elbows, hang heavy in ragdoll position, top of the mat. Again, since this is morning, I feel super tight in my hips and my hamstrings. So this ragdoll this morning feels really, really tight for me. And you might feel the same. So we're just going to take our time warming up our body. Very good. Release the grip, dropping your hands to the mat. On your next inhale, inhale the right arm up, allowing your left knee to bend, keeping your right leg straight. You should feel this stretch along your right leg, the back of your right leg. Great for the IT band. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Inhale your left arm up, allowing your right knee to bend. Whew. I definitely needed that stretch this morning. Drop your left hand down to meet your right. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, slowly rising up one vertebrae at a time. Slow, slow, slow. Your head comes up last. Very good. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a round, just one round of sun salutation A. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Again, taking this time in your down dog to think about what your back looks like. Are you drawing your chest towards your legs? If you're not, think about it. You should do that. And if that means bending your knees, go ahead and do that. Think about opening your armpits. Yes, opening your armpits up towards where your legs are. And then push the ground away from you. Very nice. Inhale, look forward, hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. You should start to feel warm now. Ready to start the flow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. We're going to step our right foot back. Very good. So we're in this high lunge. And what we're going to do now is drop your back knee down. So now you're in this low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Very good. It's a low crescent lunge, I like to call it. Two hips are in one line, stomach is in. Very good. And then exhale, plant your hands on the mat. We're going to straighten our front leg coming into this half split. If you're like me, very tight in the morning especially, grab your blocks if you have them. If not, no big deal. If your left leg is straight, make sure you're flexing your toes back towards your face. And also make sure your right hip is stacked over your right knee. Very good. Bending back into that front knee. Inhale, arms overhead, coming back into that low crescent lunge. We're going to flow through this. I like flowing a little bit more with the breath because then it just really starts to warm up your body, Warm up your muscles. I think it gets into the stretch a little deeper. So then exhale, plant your hands on the mat, straighten your front leg. Very good. Inhale, bending back into that front knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plant your hands down, straighten. Very good. Inhale, coming back to that crescent low lunge. And then exhale, half split. Last one, both sides. Inhale, crescent low lunge. Exhale, half split. Very good. Inhale, coming back into that crescent low lunge. If you did have your blocks, go ahead and move them out of the way. Bringing your hands to the mat, framing your left foot. Flip your back toes, lift your back knee. And then inhale, arms overhead, coming into a full crescent lunge. Again, 2 hips are in one line. Bending into that front knee. Notice how I have a micro bend in the back knee. You do not want to lock out your back knee. And then inhale, we're going to open up to warrior 2. Very good. Hips are parallel with the long side of your mat. Look down at your feet. Make sure you have a heel to arch alignment, meaning the front heel intersects the back arch. And then go ahead and look at your front knee. Sometimes our front knee tends to bow in. You'll notice because it's not pointed directly over your front toe. So go ahead and move it back, making sure it's pointed directly over your front toe. Arms actively reaching in opposite directions. Always remembering to breathe. Exhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Right hand can come down on your right leg or behind your back. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Reaching forward, tipping at the pelvis like a teapot, and we're going to come down to our triangle pose. Wherever you are today, sometimes people are more flexible and can bring their hand to the ground. I can bring it to my shin or my ankle. Whatever feels good for you today is where you're at. Gaze can go up towards your right fingertips or down to your left toes, whatever feels good in your neck. Remembering not to push yourself to pain. Discomfort is normal, pain is not. So inhale, back to warrior 2, bending into that front knee. Very good. And then bringing your right hand down and up, spinning on your back toe, coming back into that crescent lunge. I know that was kind of a weird movement. So here we are in this crescent lunge. Very good. Bringing your body weight forward. We're going to do a little bit of balancing. Nothing crazy. I won't make you hold it for too long. So bring your body weight forward into your left foot. Push off your right foot, coming into your warrior 3. Just quick. Arms can come out to airplane wings. And then exhale, we're going to drop your hands to the mat and then keep your right leg lifted for standing splits. I know I'm not a very good example of standing splits. This is as far as I can go. And it's as far as a lot of people can go. And that is okay. Standing splits is a lot different than regular splits because gravity is working against us. Ooh, good. Drop your right foot down. Shake it out. Feeling good. Feeling warm. How are you guys feeling? Very good. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step your left foot back. Here we go on this side. Drop your back knee down. And then inhale, arms overhead for this low crescent lunge. Very good. Exhale, drop your hands down. If you used blocks the first time and you want to use them again, go ahead. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. We're going to straighten our front knee, coming into half split. Again, if your right leg is straight, make sure you're flexing your toes back towards your face. And make sure your left hip is stacked over your left knee. Feeling this yummy stretch this morning, just for a few breaths. And then inhale, bending back into that front knee, arms overhead, low crescent lunge. And exhale, straighten that front leg, half split. Again, we're going to flow through this. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, half split. Very good. One more time each side. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, half split. Good. Bending back into that front knee. If you used blocks, go ahead and get them out of the way. Bring your hands to the ground, framing your front foot. Flip your back toes, lift your back knee, and then inhale, arms overhead. Very good. Two hips in one line. Mini micro bend in that back knee. See if you can sink a little deeper. And then inhale, open up warrior two on this side. Again, hips are parallel with the long side of your mat. Making sure your front knee is not bowing in. So make sure that it's pointed out directly over your front toes. And then exhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Your left hand can come down on your left leg or behind your back. Keeping the legs exactly where they are. Then inhale back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reaching forward, tipping at your pelvis like a teapot, coming into triangle on this side. Again, making sure not to collapse into your chest here. Really opening up your chest, opening up your arm towards the ceiling. Good, bending back into that front knee. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. All right, we're doing that weird movement again. Bringing your left hand down and up, spinning on your back toe. Coming back into that crescent lunge. Very good. Shifting the body weight forward. Push off your left foot, coming into warrior three. Balancing here just for a moment. And then exhale, bring your hands to the mat, but lift your left leg higher, coming into standing splits on this side. If you're more advanced and you want to bring your right hand to your right ankle and get a little deeper into the stretch, you can. Very good. Drop your left foot down, shake it out. Very, very good. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. You should feel nice and warmed up. Nice gentle stretch. We're going to cool it down a little bit now that we're nice and warmed up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step back to a high plank. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Then exhale, bringing your right knee behind your right wrist, coming into half pigeon. So your ankle goes over towards the left. Dropping your back knee down. If you feel comfortable here, you can go ahead and walk your hands forward, sleeping your pigeon. Making sure that your two hips are in one line. If you notice that your right butt cheek is far off the ground, you can take your block and just put it underneath there, just for some support. It's better to have support in this pose than feel like you're straining yourself. No one wants to feel like that. Making sure you're breathing here. Checking in with your body, see if you're holding any tension. And send your breath there. Walking your hands back underneath your shoulders. Flip your back toes, allowing your right leg to release. Push back to a downward facing dog. And then inhale, your left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, bringing your left knee behind your left wrist, coming into half pigeon on the side. Drop your back knee down. Again, if you notice that your left butt cheek is up far from the ground, go ahead and put a block under it. And when you're ready, you can walk your hands forward and sleep your pigeon. Checking in with your body again on the side. A lot of times we unknowingly hold on to tension in very weird places. So if that's you, go ahead and release any tension that you're holding. Good. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, flip your back toes. Allow your left leg to release, push back to a downward facing dog. Last time in down dog for this practice. So one more deep inhale in your downward facing dog. Very good. Drop to your knees. Come over on your seat and bring your legs out in front of you. Keeping your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Bring your hands behind you, allowing your upper body to recline a little bit. We're just going to do some windshield wipers with our legs. Just kind of shaking it out. This might feel good after that practice. Very good. Good. Coming back to center, coming back up. Bring your right leg out long, separate legs stretching. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, fold, reaching for your right toes. If you're still feeling pretty tight this morning, you can always use a strap. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Grab a strap, wrap it around your toes. Just brings your body closer to your toes, and it also gets your toes in perfect alignment. They are flexing back towards your nose. All toes are in one line, pinky toes included. Just gets your leg in the perfect position, your feet in the perfect position, and allows for a deeper stretch. So there's no harm in using straps. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Switch out your feet, bringing your left leg out long. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, fold, reaching for your left toes. And if you need a strap on this side, go ahead. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Bring both legs out in front of you. We're just going to do quick stretch here. Inhale, arms overhead, and then exhale, fold. Ooh, my hamstrings are still very tight this morning. I don't know about you guys. Good. Release the grip. Bring your arms out in front of you. Slowly you lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. Very good. Once you get down to the mat, bring both knees into your chest. Separate your knees, reaching for the outsides of your feet, coming into happy baby. Sometimes it feels good to rock back and forth. And then bring your knees back together. And then extend your legs out long, coming into our final Shavasana. If you're looking up at me, I am not laying down, simply because at this stage in pregnancy, I'm not supposed to be laying on my back. So go ahead and lay down. Take these final few minutes. Allowing your body to completely relax. And just reaping the benefits of class today. Starting to bring movement back into your body. Go ahead and wiggle out your toes and wiggle out your fingers. And then inhale, arms overhead, full body stretch. And exhale, rolling over to your right side, resting here in the fetal position. And then push the ground away from you, gently coming up to an easy seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands to heart center. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. So on your next inhale, we're going to inhale through your nose. Here we go. Hold it at the top. Take one more sip of air. And then exhale through your mouth. Let it go. Completely empty your lungs, getting ready for this next breath. Inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Take one more sip of air. Exhale through your mouth. Let it go. Very good. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. If you're watching this on replay, then whatever time of day it is, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're watching live, good morning. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste. Yay, yay, yay. How was it? Good morning, good morning. This was another morning, probably just because I'm getting over a cold that I did not want to wake up. I guess that's most mornings. When I set an alarm, I'm like, I don't want to do it. But getting up and actually moving my body always feels so much better. And I'm sure everyone feels that way. It is hard, but worth it. Alright guys, I will be posting this video on my yoga page. It's always up for replay. Please let me know if you watch this again on replay and let me know what you think. And I hope you guys have a great day. Whatever day it is that you are watching this on replay, have an amazing day. Namaste.